And although most pet owners, they try to ensure their pets are kept safe, our cunning four-legged friends, they sometimes still manage to go astray on their own little adventures.
That they do, but knowing what to do and how to prevent it can go a long way in keeping them safe.
Now, did you know that according to global statistics, 1 in 3 pets will go missing at least once in their lifetime? Now, most of our four-legged friends, well, they are great little escape artists. Some dogs may slip out the gate in pursuit of squirrels and cats, and also known to take wrong turns or even get stuck inside people's garages. But no matter how or why it happened, losing our pets can be devastating. And that's why, as responsible pet parents, we need to know how to minimize the chances and also what to do in case it does happen. Marycke Ackhurst, Nutritional Advisor for Hills Pet Nutrition South Africa, is here to explain the best ways to go about finding lost pets and all the precautionary measures that we can take along with it. Marycke, thank you very much for joining us. So good to see you again.
Yes, it's lovely being here.
I think our pups are way happier to see you than I am at this stage.
They always are, aren't they?
Man, they are absolutely crazy this morning. But listen, this is a very important subject we're talking about. I think also leading into the end of the year, lots of celebration periods coming up as well. We need to look after our pets. And what are some of the things that we can do to try and prevent our pets from escaping or getting out? Because the last thing we want to do is either cage them or tie them down. We don't want to do that.
Absolutely. I think the first thing is to ensure that your fencing or the barriers that you can keep your pets in are really pet safe. So for small dogs, check there are gaps where they can exit. And if you have larger dogs, make sure that they can't get over the walls or gates. I've had an incident where I've had to change my own fencing to make sure that my dog doesn't visit the neighbors. The other thing that one can do is for cats specifically, electric fencing does help keeping them inside. They are a worry. They can climb most of things, so electric fencing seems to keep them inside and not to wander.
So should it happen that they do manage to escape and they are missing, and now all of a sudden you as a pet parent, you start panicking, what's your first step? I mean, where do you even start?
I think the first thing is social media. We can use it very well in trying to, especially on community pages and so forth, trying to source our pets. In our community, we often, if we see a dog going, that doesn't seem like it should be on the road, you take a picture, post on the community, and you find the pet owner really soon. Yeah. Make sure that they have a collar and a tag on. And most importantly, I think, have your pet microchipped before you get into any trouble like that.
And that brings me to the point of microchipping. It's almost becoming mandatory now, whether you're buying a pet or maybe you're adopting as well, but a lot of people still aren't doing it or deeming it as important, and now we can start understanding why.
It is incredibly important. Luckily, if you adopt a pet from a shelter or from a registered breeder, they should be microchipped. It's mandatory. I think it's important that we visit the vet and have our pets microchipped to ensure that if they're found, they can be identified and you are contacted to say where your pet is. Lots of pets end up in shelters or in places where they stay for weeks. Their owners frantically searching for them but not able to find them.
Exactly. Maybe just quickly tell us how it's done for people who still need to get their dogs microchipped. It's not an invasive procedure at all. It's actually very simple.
No, it's very, very simple. It's like a vaccination. So it's a needle that puts a chip in that's smaller than a rice grain. The important thing I would say is to keep your information updated.
Just quickly, last one. I know the City of Cape Town has launched Pet Finder, which I think is magnificent, in an attempt to make locating your missing pets easier. And I think this is great because now there's another avenue for us to make sure that we can take control of where our pets are should they get out or escape.
I think that's exactly the point, that we need as many platforms as possible to be able to find our pets when they get lost. It's not like you can ask them where they are. And there's a few that, some people see a cat or a dog and start feeding them thinking they're strays. So the more avenues we have, the better.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Marycke, for joining us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Really appreciate it. Good to see you again. So make sure, keep all of this in mind and, taking measures to make sure that your pet is microchipped. It can go a long way in helping to find them should they ever go missing. Look after your pets.
Science is at the heart of biology-based nutrition. The secret to lifelong health, it all starts with science.